How's it going, Internet Land? This is Zachimus Prime, aka Zachimus Prime, here with another Transformers review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Studio Series Scrapmetal. And so, Scrapmetal is the next of the Studio Series Decepticon or Devastator guys. I don't know exactly, I think there's like 8, maybe 9 figures that make up that figure now. It used to be 6 back in the day. Pepperidge Farm remembers. But now there's just a bajillion because they're like, we need to sell more toys. But no, I understand that, making more figures allows them to do more, instead of all Voyager class figures, they can throw in some these figures and change up the proportions a bit, make it a bit, work. Hopefully it works out. I hope it doesn't look like complete ass. I do expect it to look somewhat like ass because it is a movie design, but hopefully it doesn't look like complete ass. But yeah, here he is. He's in his robot mode. He's actually not bad. And I say that with mild quotation marks, not heavy quotation marks like in the Rampage review, but mild quotation marks. He's actually not bad. The only accessory he comes with is this shield thingamajig. It's got a peg. Typically, people stick it on his arm like so. But because of reasons, most particularly being, I think that if his hand is going to face like this, his elbow needs to bend like this. And if you try to do it with that shield in the way, you're not gonna have a good time. I guess you could do that. I don't know. You could do that, but then it just kind of looks kind of dumb. A Gundam shield. This is not. Speaking of which, got a Gundam to review in the next couple days, so expect that. I like to stick it up here just because I don't know. It gets out of the way. It makes it look kind of cool. Kind of ramps up his. Actually, he only has a mild asymmetry, mostly just in his arms. And this little chunk right here on the back. But yeah, he's actually folded up fairly well. He's got those like weird back jointed knees. You can straighten them out for like a smidge more height, which is actually kind of how I like him. Just with a smidge more height. I only say that because I have no height. I'm a short guy. But yeah, so he's I don't know. Tell me straight up tell me I'm wrong. But doesn't he look like he's got like a Super Saiyan hairdo? He's just like I don't know. It's a weird design. He did not have any screen time in the movie, not that I know of. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie and I've kind of blanked out a lot of it. But as far as I know, he didn't have any screen time in the movie. Certainly not any in robot mode, I believe. So let's get into his articulation. So up on his head, he's got just a ball joint here. It allows him to look up and down, rotate about. He does have like a secondary joint that this is kind of all connected to, but that's really just for transformation and does not do much in this mode. It doesn't look like down. Instead of just down, he can look like really down. You can maybe give him a little giggity. No, that's undoing his whole chest. I don't know. He's got his shoulders are on ball joints here. You can actually see them sticking right out. They will rotate all the way around, go out all the way. He does have a transformation hinge here that gives him some extra options, but not a whole lot of extra options. So don't rely upon that. No bicep swivel. It's all right. Bicep swivels are for suckers. He does have an elbow joint here and an elbow joint here. This one's a ball joint. This one's a hinge. So if you take them together, he can like double joint his arm, but only if he's like doing curls, give him like little dumbbells or something like that and be like, oof. He's got a wrist that goes like that, and a little opening claw thing that goes like that. It's all the same on the other arm as well. No bicep swivel, same hinge, ball joint, little claw thing with a jig. His claw looks slightly different on this side, but that's because it makes a slightly different detail on the outside. No waist joint to speak of. No ab crunch, no nothing. He does have hips that are ball joints. They will go that far forward. On this side, they only go that far back, but on this side, he'll go that far back. He will get, if his legs don't pop off, 102% of a Van Damme. Kind of swanky. He's got the old thigh swivels here. Like I mentioned, he's got those double jointed knees, which allow him to bend his knee backwards. It also allows him to bend his knee forwards. You can do them in conjunction to put them like that if you want. If you don't want, you don't have to. The Transformer police will not come after you, I promise. No ankle articulation to speak of, though. I mean, these things do move when transforming, so you can move them when not transforming. But I don't know if that actually counts as articulation. But yeah, I mean, he's not a bad figure. He's not like, oh my gosh, amazing. But he's really not a bad figure all on his own. To get him transformed up, I'm just going to take this off for now. I'm literally going to put that right back where it is. So you want to crack these open a bit, pull this forward a bit. That's going to kind of unpeg his hips too. You want to move those hips like so. Move this forward. You're going to rotate that head in and then turn it around. This is one of the details that I think is kind of cool on this figure. He's got this like weird like spinal column here. And you really don't see that in robot mode. Like if you pull this down, of course you see it front and center. But when this is folded up, you really don't see that. Kind of a fun little detail. I like fun little details. So with his head facing inwards like that, when you put this back up, it's just gonna, you can see the back of his head back there. But, you know, I mean, it doesn't like really look like a head, right? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to close this and fold that up. With his other hand, we're going to close that and fold that up. We're going to extend this excavator arm out. And now this shoulder joint here is going to come down on this little joint that's in here. And while you do that, you're going to take this and rotate it around like that and fold it up against itself, like so. There's a little peg here that's going to go into a hole, and that's basically done. You're going to do the same thing with this other side. Bring this down, and this one here is going to rotate around that ball joint and just kind of go up like that. Peg this again into that little peg, hide it away. Now you're going to take his legs, close his feet, straighten up his legs completely, rotate this around. My mushroom peg here likes to try and wiggle out. You can't actually take this leg off because this yellow piece which is screwed on keeps it all in place, but there's still a mushroom peg in there and it will kind of wiggle about. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's a tab right here that's going to fit into a slot right there. Bam, that'll keep that locked into place. There are tabs here and here that are going to fit into slots that are right here. Fit into those slots. They don't really fit that well, but we're just going to pretend that it all fits. And then also you want to keep in mind there are these tabs down here that are going to fit into slots right there. So get that all lined up. That's one side. And that's two sides. Now you've got this rather obvious looking gap back here, but that's what this piece is for. just cover that up like a... Never mind. There you go. That's the brain to mouth filter working. And there it is in his little excavator mode. I don't know why they didn't call him Scavenger, but I don't know. Maybe Hasbro lost the name Scavenger and Scrapmetal is just what they use nowadays. And he does not look bad. He does not look half bad at all. He rolls fairly well. He's got, one wheel here and two wheels here. His little excavator rotates here, here, and here. So he can like... Gosh, I still remember, like a bajillion years ago when I was at a store called Food Pavilion. It was a grocery store mostly, but they had a toy section, and I bought a G2 Scavenger there, and the cashier asked me if I was going to play with it in the dirt, and I told him straight up no. I was like, geez, I don't even remember how old I was. I must have been younger than 10, but yeah. So you could play with this in the dirt, but why would you? Because it's not a dirt toy. This is a shelf toy. Or wherever you want to put it. There's no rotation here, but it's a little bit of a bummer, but not like the hugest bummer. I'm not going to be like, oh my god, boycott. But yeah, he's kind of fun. He's kind of cool. He's going to be part of a Devastator, so I still am holding my breath that doesn't suck. I guess we'll find out like next year. So, that's spoiler alert, other stuff. But yeah, that's basically all I can pull out of this review. But yeah, all in all, I think he's okay. I think he's as a figure and as a vehicle mode, I think he's better than Rampage. To be perfectly honest, if I'm really being perfectly honest, and that is, I guess, what you guys come by and have me do for you. So, I think he's better than Rampage, but I'm not going to like sit out here and be like, yes, you should totally just get this figure on his own. No, you're going to get this figure because he makes part of Devastator. But that's about all I got. Thanks everybody for watching. You guys are awesome. Be sure to stay tuned for more video reviews. I've actually, a buddy of mine came by and gave me a stack of things to review. Well, loaned me a stack of things to review. So we're going to get some interesting things in here. Gundam figures and Reveltex and some nice goodies. Anyhow, you guys are awesome. Stay frosty and be good to each other. I'll see you around. Bye.